We're only really doing three or four efforts, but that 450, they're coming through the 400 at 93% of what we want their goal pace to be. And again, this is early in the week. This is on Monday, so we can do this in recovery. Then we're doing nothing slower than what we want that back end of the 400 to be. And in the middle of the season, it was their current pace. So whatever they go out and meet, that's the 400 time. We're going to base it off that. Now, districts, we want to peak. So now we're going to run those 200s and whatever we want them to come through and finish in at that point in the year. And by this point, we don't really need to cut it down too much tempo-wise or distance-wise because they can handle the 200. And then the Thursday went from 300s lactic acid type of work to longer speed endurance. Now everything is short. And again, it's just like Ryan. I love odd distances because the kids don't really get it. They don't understand what the heck a 180 means or a 120. So I just make sure that that they don't realize that, but that they know the percentage. They know the effort of the workout that day. And so we've cut that down to 92%. This workout, this would be more for my 200, 400 kid. If I had a 100 sprinter, they might do a 120 and then that middle flush interval and then come back with an 80 or something like that. But we've gone from long to short in our running workouts, and then again, the warm-up stuff stays the same, but then the same thing, we've gone from lots of reps to few reps, but high intensity with the weights as well. And same thing with the plyos. The plyos have come down in the amount of content because they're more intense, but they're less reps.
All right, so in our running workouts, we've got a couple minutes left, and we're going to be at the end. This is our last couple of slides. Okay, so we appreciate your patience and hanging in there with us. Thank you so much. We love to share. You'll notice now my percentages are way up there, right? And my distances are going short to what? Long. Okay, so now we're up to 250 meters, 180 meters. That's a tough workout at that rate of speed with big recoveries. When I talk about full recovery, we're talking about heart rate at 120 beats. So take your best athlete, check their heart rate. If they're not below 120, you don't start. Okay, and you do it. Some kids will be like, oh, I'm not ready. Or some kids will be like, oh, we're good. I'm good, coach. Let's get this done. No, you check it. Okay, don't choke them out, but check it. All right, tempo ladder. We're going to reduce this down. So now we're not doing 200s anymore like we were doing in the middle. We do 1 200. We work our way down. So that's a similar workout all the time. Active recovery. Already talked about that. It's going to be similar. Now instead of doing sled drives, we're going to do some hills. I know people like to do hills early. I like to do hills late if it's possible in this system. Okay. But now we're doing race modeling. So this is a race model for a 200. We don't need to go that extra 20 meters. Full recovery. 97% effort, and you get them hyped up. Then, by the way, if you're doing this system, your kids are going to spend time in spikes, not in spikes, in spikes. Okay? She can't get these efforts without it. These days, not a problem. Put them in the trainers. Okay? We've got Pavlov's day again, but we added a little extra 200 in there, which they don't like, but we're doing a little extra Pavlov. And then, hey, we're trying to make the state championships. Let's go get it. Then you have film. One of the best things Ethan placed was at Wentzville Holt, and then he was at Joplin. He was like the first guy to start using Huddle. If you guys are football coaches, use Huddle for your track athletes too. And then you can put it on there for them. They can dial in and look at their races and all that kind of stuff. I probably have videos on all your kids because I videotape all the meets I'm at, record all these events. You can go to my YouTube page, Phantasmo 1978. And you can find your kids and they can find their races. I usually put the winner of the race in there. And so you can evaluate them and have them watch their race. Then after the workout's done on that next Monday, sit down and talk with them. Say, hey, what do we need to do this time? What do you think we didn't do? Okay? Sometimes those kids don't know how to have that conversation. Sometimes they're like afraid to talk to coach. Oh, man's just scary or whatever, I guess. But you got to have those conversations, and you got to have those conversations throughout the year, not just at the end of the season. For me, okay, this is a lot, but if you've done this in the winter, occasionally, if you do this in summer training, this isn't as hard as it looks. But you have this verbiage in here so that you can communicate to them. They don't need to see all this. You have that conversation with them. This is one of my favorite things to do, and this becomes part of your workout. This is totally part of your workout. This is a light warm-up. You get their legs shaked out, get them ready. And this might be something you would even do in the meet, like after their second race. maybe after the first race, second race, because they don't need as much warm-up. Okay, and again, we rotate these two. So they love this. This is always a little bit stressful, but this is a lot of fun because you really get them thinking about the different things they're doing at the different spots in the room. And then plyometrics, jump throw combinations. So now this is one of the things you can do where you take a med ball and add some distance in and throw the med ball too. So that's a way to add something to that. I love jump throw combinations at the end of the year. So that's something you could do along with the extended bounding. And then speed power acquisition. Okay, FAP means fast as possible. We're moving that bar as fast as you possibly can and we're timing it. And that's what's important. Not so much the weight, even though they have the percentages there. And you'll notice percentages aren't going to be as high because they can't move the bar as fast if they're really, really hot. So we lower the percentage of effort on that.
So again, like Ryan pointed out, we both essentially get to the same place. What I love here, this picture, 4x4, at CBC, I was sort of in charge of the 200, 400 kids, and Coach Tripp over here was in charge of the 100, 200 kids. Well, this kid, who was a 100, 200 kid all year, come district time, we knew it. We knew we had, it's kind of that secret card. We're going to pull that card when we need to. So districts, we put him on the 4x4. He split like 49 or 50, and then our 4x2 doesn't make it out, so we throw him back on there at state. And the kid who was a 100, 200 kid all year goes out and splits 48 something. Right? So because Coach Tripp is similar to Coach Banta, they're doing work. They're doing a lot of volume type stuff. It's just not in maybe just the track workout. And on the flip side, Coach Tripp would take some of my kids, we, 400 kids, we throw them on the 4x2. Because we had done speed work, we trained fast throughout the year. We got there in a sequence, but we trained fast throughout the year. So if a 400 runner is running things at 95%, heck yeah, they can drop down and they can run your 4x1 or your 4x2. So here are emails. Appreciate you coming. Both of us are very willing to share information, answer questions.
So thank you guys, really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of the clinic. Don't be afraid to ask us questions. Okay? Yes, sir.
Are your